Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hi everyone. It is Sarah Shipton from Scrapbooking with Sarah here. I'm coming live to you on Tuesday, October 10. And today I'm going to be showing you how to embellish your scrapbook pages using the Stickles Glitter Glue. So first of all, let's have a chat about this week's scrapbooking challenge. It is from the Make It From Your Heart Volume 3 book, and we are doing pattern number 9, which is on page 22 of the how-to book. And this week I am using papers from the mix-in paper pack, and I'm also using glitter paper. Isn't that exciting? I don't think we have had, well, no, I don't think, I know we have not yet used glitter paper for one of our weekly challenges yet. So I'm excited to share with you. Sue Robinson is on. Hi, Sue. Welcome. Thanks so much for joining me live today. I have been up early this morning. I actually just finished an interview with the president of Close to My Heart. Some of you know that I recently promoted to the title of founder within the company, and that means I get to have a special interview with Monica, which I had this morning. I thought it was 7:30 a.m. at my time, so I was up at like 6:30, but it wasn't until 9 a.m. But anyway, I had the interview. I've had 2 coffees. I'm bright and cheery, ready to go and share it with you today. Mel is joining us as well. Hi, Mel. Thanks so much for watching. Great to have you online this morning. So we are using the mix-in paper pack from the September-October catalogue, and we are also using the Scarlet Glitter paper. So let's talk a little bit about the mix-in paper pack. I'm going to share with you what I have left of this pack. We've already used this paper for one of the weekly challenges. The mix-in paper pack is a 6-sheet of pack of papers, and it coordinates with both of the paper collections which are in the September-October catalogue. So every 2 months we have a new catalogue that comes out. We have a featured paper collection for September and a featured paper collection for October. And we are in the October featured paper collection. So that is called Home for Christmas. I'm going to be sharing some Christmas papers with you today. And then we have what we call a mix-in paper pack. This paper pack mixes in with both the paper collection for October and the paper collection for September, which was The Good Life, and we have already featured that. So you get 6 sheets of paper. It's showing you here both sides of the design. I really feel like I need to start investing in 2 packs of the mix-in paper pack, because if I wanted to do a double page spread with this sheet of paper, I would need to cut it up to spread it out over 2 pages, or I would need to buy a second pack so I could have the coordinating paper to that one. So I think I'm going to have to start buying 2 packs of these girls. I am also using the glitter paper. So the glitter paper is actually in your, this is what I have left over of the Scarlet. And the glitter paper is in your Essentials catalogue. So on page 26. And you can see here we have 3, 6, 9, 12 different colours of glitter paper. You can buy them individually in the colours that work best for your projects. They're $16. You get 3 sheets of glitter paper. Or you can buy a bundle where you get 12 packs, 1 in each colour. We've got 2 new colours of glitter paper in our range. We have the Journey, which I had in stock, and then we also have Rosy. I don't have that colour with me. I still have some of the Melon glitter paper in stock. I've used Scarlet today on the pages. We have Pine and also Periwinkle as well. So when I was working out my glitter paper for this week's weekly challenge, I wanted to make sure that my glitter paper was going to coordinate with the mix-in paper pack. Now, not only did I use the mix-in paper pack, I've used some of the stickers from the Home for Christmas collection. And these were stickers that I had left over in my scrapbooking workshop kit. So this is one of the things I love to teach you, how to use up the stuff that you've already got and how to spread out some of those leftovers onto other pages. So when it came time for me to think about what scarlet paper was, what glitter paper was going to coordinate with the mix-ins in the home for Christmas, I came to my catalogue and I looked at the colours that are at the top of the page here. These are the coordinating colours for home for Christmas, and these are the coordinating colours for the mix-in paper pack. And then I came to my essentials catalogue and I had a look at what glitter paper colours we offered. And both the scarlet and also the pine were available in the glitter paper range, and that coordinated with both my mix-ins and also my home for Christmas collection. So can you see how close to my heart makes it really easy for us to coordinate our paper collections, our pattern paper, our cardstock, also with our embellishments or specialty papers if you want to incorporate them into your layouts. So I was really excited to share these with you. I ordered one of the pine and one of the scarlet, and I thought which one's going to look best. And I have ended up going with the scarlet because it really stood out on my scrapbook layout, as you can see here. So when it came time for me to choose my papers, I went with, you can see we've got 1, 2, 3 different papers here that we're using. And I have also added in some black cardstock just to mat some photos and do my journaling box. One of my sheets of paper I made sure was my glitter paper. And I chose the paper that I was going to cut the most of. You only get 3 sheets of the glitter paper in the pack. So I wanted to make sure I was using the maximum amount of the sheet on my layout to give that best standout effect. And you can see that the glitter paper is running through the middle of the scrapbook layout here, as per the pattern. Now, when you're using glitter paper, girls, you can just use your normal adhesive, so your Tombow Mono Air adhesive, or we've got the new Close to My Heart adhesive runner, which is refillable now. It is quite thick. The glitter paper is quite thick, so you've got your glitter on one side. The thing I love about this glitter paper as well is you don't get the glitter actually transferring off onto your hands or onto your page. And you've got plain backing on the background there. So your adhesive does stick to the glitter paper, the backing of that, very, very well. You just use your normal adhesive for that. When it came time to sticking my photos and my cardstock on the glitter paper, I did have to be a little bit more heavy-handed with my adhesive because the glitter paper is not a flat surface. You can feel that it is textured and scratchy. So I did have to make sure I was quite liberal with my adhesive putting them on the photos. I wouldn't normally run adhesive the whole way around my photo. I would normally just put some in each corner, but I did find I had to put a little bit of extra adhesive on my photos before I stuck it down onto the glitter paper. I did find that they were lifting a little, so you want to make sure that you've got enough adhesive on there here. I've used the mix-in paper packs down the side here to cut the borders. Along the top here were the border stickers. So these border stickers were left over from my home for Christmas paper collection. I stuck the sticker down and just with my micro tip scissors, I just cut off the excess there, and I've put that back on the sticker carrier sheet because I might be able to use those for something else. Instead of using a photo here, I've used this sticker because this was 3 by 3 inches, which was the size that we needed to put for the pattern. I just matted that in black, so then obviously the red border of the sticker stood out a little bit more. It acts as a bit of a barrier between the sticker and the glitter paper, and then I decided to mat that photo as well. This photo collage here came about because I had these little leftover photos of the kids at the Magic Cave. Some of these had been gifted to me by my sister-in-law of my nephews, and these were just random photos I had lying around, organised in my Christmas section of my photo organiser. And I thought, what a great way to get all these photos onto a layout and do a Happy Memories Christmas page. And I loved this Dear Santa Claus sticker because it's the kids sitting on Father Christmas's lap at the Magic Cave. How cool is that? I did have this 5 by 7 inch photo lying around. I must have bought a package that year, and I probably got 2 or 3 of the 5x7 photos because this photo has already been scrapbooked, but these smaller ones were left over. What great way to get them onto a scrapbook page. And then when it's come to do my journaling, I've journaled here how quickly it feels that time passes us by, looking back at the kids and my nephews over the years with their beautiful Magic Cave photos. Such happy memories, and these were traditions that we had as the kids were growing up, and the annual Christmas photo taken together as well. This one I had to chop it in half to make sure it fitted. This through here were meant to be 2 4x6 landscape photos, but I knew I was going to make a little collage because I had these leftover small photos. So I had to cut some bigger photos in half to get the kids. And then this one here, I popped in an extra one of the family. So I want to show you that it's okay to do retrospective scrapbooking, in that these might be photos that you have already scrapbooked, but you've got some smaller leftovers. You don't have to scrapbook in chronological order. You can see here that my photos are spread out over the layout from 2006 all the way through to 2019. And I love that we've got a little bit of a walk down memory lane where you can see the kids growing up over the years. So I give you permission to do this with your scrapbooking. You don't have to have all of the photos from the same time together on your layout. Now, when it comes time to put this into my scrapbook album, where will I put it? The most recent photos were taken in 2019. So I will put this layout. It will go in my Christmas album, of course, because they're all Christmas photos. It will go in my Christmas album, but I will slot it in the 2019 time bracket. All right, because I don't scrapbook in chronological order, but I like to have my photos presented in my album in a chronological order format, especially for Christmases. Okay, so let's talk about the embellishing here. This was a leftover sticker from the Home for Christmas. These were the stickers that came in my scrapbooking workshop kit. So I've just popped him up on some 3D foam tape. This was a banner sticker that said Happy Holidays. I've actually just cut the holidays off and just put happy here. And then I've made my Happy Memories title down the bottom here. Initially, I was going to use the wood grain the wood grain titles, which are in the Essentials catalogue. And when I put them over the top of the glitter glue, it really got lost. It was too faint. I thought about sponging it with a black ink, and I thought, no, I'm just going to pull it off and I'm going to actually cut my letters out in black. And I think that stands out much better there as well. So by adding this glitter glue underneath your title, it's just an added embellishment, an added feature, rather than having just a plain French vanilla background. And in fact, if we looked at the how-to guide, this is where I got my inspiration from to embellish. You can see here they've got the Good Time stickers, and they've actually sponged or watercolor painted underneath that title there. And I thought, okay, I'm going to have a little bit of a play with that. Now, the reason I chose the Stickles as the embellishing feature is because we just recently had a Christmas card making class on Saturday. And these are the cards that we created for the Christmas card making class. Now, you can see that this coordinates with my scrapbooking papers, because every month when we bring out a featured workshop, a featured paper collection, you can buy the components of that paper collection individually to create with as you wish. You can buy a scrapbooking kit where everything comes packed in and you can create that with the instructional guide. Or if you're a card maker, you can buy a card making kit and you can create those cards following the instructional guide that comes in your kit. So these were the cards that we did at the Christmas card making workshop, and all of the Christmas card making, all of the card making kits actually come with an exclusive stamp set and also a thin cut as well. So I had some leftover boots. You can see here where we have stamped the Christmas stockings, and cut them out. I had some of these little Christmas stockings left over. So I've actually used those. Sometimes I will cut extra intentionally and I'll just pop them in with this paper collection. And other times I will accidentally cut extras or make a mistake and I have to fix it. Well, this is where you can use these little embellishments on your scrapbooking layouts as well. So we've stamped the stocking and then we have cut that out. That's the stamp set. And then we've cut that out with the coordinating thin cut through my embossing machine. The other thin cut that came in the kit were these wooden branches. So they're meant to replicate tree branches. You can see we've got the tree branch running across the top of this Christmas card here and through here as well. And again, I had cut some extra trees. I like to make best use of my time when I'm using my die cutting and embossing machine. So if I'm cutting out stockings and I've got room on my cutting mat to cut other things, then it just makes sense that I'm running something else through at the same time. It's being productive. I'm a productive scrapbooker and making best use of my time. So I ended up with some of these extra tree branches and I've actually used them to embellish here on my scrapbooking page. My little journal box here, we've popped a sticker up with some 3D foam tape, some other little stickers underneath. And then these clear sparkles were actually leftover sparkles from my Christmas card making workshop. So I had probably about a dozen left over, which was great. I got exactly what I needed to create my cards, but I had these leftover sparkles. So I have used them as an embellishing point on my page. And when you're putting them on, putting them in groups of 3 look just more aesthetically pleasing, and they're just surrounding that little embellishment cluster like so. So I'm wanting to show you how to use the product that you've already got. Now, with the Christmas card making kit, there was an additional optional, well, it wasn't optional. Well, it kind of is optional, I guess, but you can see here where we've put the stickles in little dots here. We've done a row of the stickles. We've also put some of the stickles onto the Christmas stockings. Well, in order to do that at my workshop, I did include the use of them. But some people either already had them or they ordered their own stickles. Well, these stickles are $7.50. Why not show you how to use the stickles on your scrapbooking pages as well? And when you are doing your optional artistic techniques, in your catalogue, you will have an additional supplies list and it will tell you the other items that you need. So we needed the Christmas red Stickles Glitter Glue. These additional supplies, some of these are carried in your essentials catalogue and some of them are not. So the Stickles was part of our third-party range of products that we were stocking, that we've retired, but because you are using the Stickles as an additional supply to create your cards, we will carry those items for the 2 months that the book is running for. It was recently out of stock, but the Christmas red Stickles has just come back in. And let me tell you, you are never going to, like this will be a colour that I will empty that bottle because like I'm never going to stop scrapbooking Christmas, right? Like Christmas is one of those things that you are always going to scrapbook. So let's move this one to the side. And before you prepare your stickles, you want your all-purpose mat out because this is going to make a mess. Well, it's not really going to make a mess, but you don't want to get glitter all over your workbench. So I'm opening my all-purpose mat. I'm just laying that flat on my table and I've got it on the tacky side down. So then it's staying still on my workspace. And, oh my gosh, did I forget to bring cardstock in? Oh, okay. I forgot to bring some French vanilla cardstock in to demonstrate this technique to you. So you know what we're going to do? I'm just going to grab some scraps from my White Daisy and we're just going to practice on that, yeah? Excellent. Okay. So I wanted to use the stickles. Now, you might remember that we used the stickles on some cards that we did for Cape Cod. And I actually put the stickles straight onto the embellishment and then I just brushed that over with my finger to spread it out. I tried to do that on my scrapbooking page and it didn't work. I actually was bringing all the glitter off. It wasn't staying on. It was driving me bananas. And I thought, what am I going to use to make sure that this stickles actually stays in place? And then I thought, we have a small round water brush. Now, the trick with the small round water brush, girls, is you want to make sure that you do not have water inside here before you use it. So this is empty, okay? There's no water in here. We use the small round water brush for watercoloring, painting with your watercolors. You can also use watercolor pencils, and you can wet the brush. You can see I've still got a little bit of Stickles left on from where I was using it before. So my first tip to you is you want to make sure that you don't have any water in your water brush. I'm just using this as a painting technique, yeah? And all I did here was I put a big blob of extra Stickles on my all-purpose mat, and then, oh, look at that, popped it on my water brush, and we are just spreading that out over. I'm not going to cover that whole, I didn't want to put it straight onto the cardstock, right, because you can see here that the glitter glue, obviously because it's glue, it is going to buckle your cardstock, okay? So you want to try not to be too heavy-handed. I thought if I put the Stickles straight onto my cardstock instead of onto my all-purpose mat first, it's going to be like really wet, okay, and buckle that paper. So I did flatten that scrapbook page out before today, and it has buckled a little bit again. But once I slide that scrapbook layout into my memory protector and I put it into my album and those pages are lying flat in the album, it's going to be okay, yeah? It will flatten out. So all I'm doing here is just painting my cardstock using my water brush and my Stickles. I'm just going to add in a little bit extra along here. I've probably put too much Stickles out on my all-purpose mat here. So you could do this technique on cardstock that you cut down. So like this bit here where I've done that as a border, you actually could have made this as a border. Like I could have put the Stickles on the cardstock first and then stuck that lying down the page on cardstock. You can put it straight onto your cardstock page. You can see that the more I'm working with it, you don't want to go too crazy because it's actually moving the glitter glue around that I've already put down on the cardstock. And I like this brush. Now, could you use any kind of paintbrush? Sure, you could, but can you see how small and fine that tip is for that small round water brush? This is designed for intricate, delicate, precision point embellishing, okay? So I want to make sure that what I'm putting on here is not going to move around too much. And I think that if we were using a really thick, do you remember back in the day, girls, we had like 4 packs of the paintbrushes? I think if you were to use a paintbrush that was a really thick head, I think that would move the glitter glue around too much. And you can see here now I'm working over that and it's moving it around. So you know what, we are just going to leave it. Now what I would suggest before you put your lid back on is just to grab a tissue or a baby wipe or just run that under your tap. You know what, even just like some scrap paper, I can just wipe the excess off with that, or a tissue. And obviously, if you're using your small round water brush for watercoloring and water painting, you would want to make sure that I just wet that off and get rid of all of that glitter off of there before I was to use that for something else. Now, in terms of storage, you can just store these in your normal organizers. I will pop a link in the comments below after I post this video to the Stickles, because we do still have some Stickles colors available in stock. We used to carry, like, seriously, I think it was like about 20 or 30. If you looked at the old catalog, we used to carry a ton of these, but we're not doing that anymore, and we're only going to be carrying the colors that we need to use for certain projects. Now, obviously, I've been too heavy-handed with my Stickles here, so I'm not getting that back into this little jar here and this tiny little fine point. You can, just coming back to the Christmas cards that we made on Saturday, you can actually put your stickles straight onto your card. You can just press that down and squeeze that out. You can squeeze it straight onto your cards, your scrapbooking. You want to make sure, though, that if you do decide to do the Christmas cards, girls, you want to prep all of your pieces that are using the Stickles Glitter Glue first, because it does take a little bit of time to dry. You can see here we've got one long line there of the stickles at the bottom of the card. So the Stickles Glitter Glue is just a really fun embellishing tool, adds a little bit of bling to your scrapbooking and also your cards. And let's face it, who doesn't love or need a little bit of bling in their lives, right, girls? So that is the Stickles Glitter Glue in Christmas red. And once I popped that onto my scrapbook page, I actually like the second one I've done better. I might need to like squeeze in some more glitter glue here, girls. I think this looks much better. So once you have popped your glitter glue down, you can then add your title over the top. I could have put it down the bottom here underneath the tree branches. It's just adding another embellishing technique and a highlight to your pages that the eye is drawn to. So I hope you have enjoyed learning today how to use your, I can't get that on there now because I don't want to get it in the stickles. I hope you have enjoyed today, girls, learning how to use the Stickles Glitter Glue on your scrapbooking pages. And of course the glitter paper. I didn't really worry too much about wanting to show you this technique, because you would just treat your glitter paper the same way you would any other scrapbooking paper that you've got in your collection. And from time to time, what I do at home, sometimes I, for example, Melon, I've opened this pack up and used something, and then I'm happy to move this for a per sheet, but they do come in a 3-pack, girls, with the glitter paper, and they just add that beautiful little bling and shine to your scrapbook layout. If you're going to incorporate the glitter paper, you want to make sure that you're doing a piece that really stands out and you make it the highlight. Thanks so much for watching, girls. I'll post this video to our Facebook page, and I'll pop some links in the comments to the glitter paper and the stickles on the website. Have a great day. Enjoy the sunshine. I can't wait to see all of your layouts that you create. Thank you for watching.